Has it been a while since you've received a City of San Diego water bill? One man just got 10 months worth in a matter of days. That story coming up.
Caught on camera, a San Diego woman suing TSA after having a terrible fall.
Plus, state lawmakers respond to farmers insurance canceling policies for hundreds of local homeowners.
Navy sailors making split-second decisions to make sure our seas are safe. We'll take you inside a simulator to make sure they're prepared.
And from the Marines to music, Shane Hall's message of doing you.
CBS 8 News live at 6 starts now.
Have you received your San Diego water bill lately? You may want to check because one man just got 10 months worth in just the past 2 days. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. The Birdland resident says he didn't notice that he hadn't gotten his water bills for months until all of them came at once. CBS 8's Shannon Handy is working for you on this story, including how the city of San Diego is responding tonight.
The City of San Diego sends out water bills every 2 months. The man I spoke with, who lives here in Birdland, hadn't received one since April of last year. Now he's on the hook for more than $1,200 and wonders if this is happening to other customers as well.
All these bills, it's just crazy.
Ben Jarbo was shocked when he received 10 months worth of water bills from the City of San Diego this week. 4 of those bi-monthly bills arrived by mail in one envelope, followed by a 5th one the following day.
How much is it adding up to?
It's added up to $1,208.
You may be wondering how Jarbo didn't know his water bills hadn't been paid since April. I asked him and he says his wife usually takes care of it, but having received nothing in the mail, she didn't notice. That is until a neighbor of theirs mentioned he too hadn't received a water bill in a while.
He asked me, he says, have you received a water bill? I says, no. He says, no, I haven't either. And I thought, wow, that's strange.
Coincidentally, a week after that conversation, the bills came in all at once. There were no late fees attached and no explanation.
They should have sent a letter explaining everything. Right? You would think.
Aside from the bill issue, Jarbo also wonders if his water meter is actually being read, telling me it's covered with dirt and all his bills are about the same amount.
Why is the average $249 every single bill? You follow me? Something don't seem right with that.
This isn't the first time the city's water department has been under scrutiny. A 2018 audit revealed 2,000 customers received inaccurate bills due to human error, some of which involve employees guessing water usage without actually reading meters. In this case, Jarbo called the city but wasn't able to reach anyone in person. So I tried. A spokesperson told me a letter was mailed out February 1st explaining the situation to Jarbo, writing in part his water meter, quote, was not in line with historic usage, so the system held the bill. The same occurred in subsequent periods. When staff researched the account, it was clear that the water meter was misread. The team then corrected the misreads and released all of the bills. The meter is also on the meter replacement list as it is challenging to read. There were 2 other incidents of misreads on that street in the past year, which also resulted in delayed billing. We apologize for the errors and remain committed to improving our service. Customers can pay off their accounts over time with no penalty or interest charge. I follow up by asking if other parts of the city were impacted. The same spokesperson said situations similar to this case can happen from time to time, and city staff works to resolve the issues as quickly as possible. Working for you, I'm Shannon Handy for CBS 8.
And they're still left paying that big bill. Now here at CBS 8, we do want to help you solve problems affecting you or your community. If there's something you'd like us to look into, email us at workingforyou@cbs8.com. If you are struggling right now to pay your SDG&E bill, the company says there's federal money available that can help if you qualify. The funding is meant for low-income families. How much you get depends on how much you make, your household size, and your past due balance. As for people who might not qualify, SDG&E says reach out to them directly, and the company will craft a tailored solution to help you.
Some people are struggling. We want those individuals to know that we care, we are in this together. You don't have to feel alone.
SDG&E says people will need to apply for the federal funding soon because most of it expires by June.
CBS 8 is working for you, and tonight we have a response from state legislators after several large condo complexes lost their property insurance due to wildfire risk. Our David Goffredson talked to a resident in Mira Mesa where hundreds of condo owners just got hit with a $2,500 special assessment.
$2,500 is not a drop in the bucket, so there's a little bit of a shock.
Walt Moramsky is one of 240 condo owners in the Canyon Park Villas in Mira Mesa who recently had their property insurance canceled by Farmers Insurance due to wildfire risk.
And if it gets into the canyon, it would come up here.
He says the city of San Diego owns the canyon behind their homes.
We've done some brush mitigation. We don't own very much. Basically, at the fence line is the end of our property. We're not allowed to mitigate beyond that.
Because the condos are connected, they need a master $50 million property insurance policy to cover the entire complex. The HOA had to go to the secondary insurance market and cobble together replacement insurance, resulting in a $2,500 special assessment on all 200 condo owners just for this year.
Oh yeah, okay, $2,500 everybody's got to pay. The best thing they could do for us was, well, if you can't pay it all at once, we'll set up a payment program for you with a 4% interest rate.
The Mira Mesa condos are one of 3 large complexes recently canceled by farmers, including 320 condos in Tierra Santa and 338 units in Rancho Bernardo. CBS 8 has been working to find a solution, and now state legislators are responding with this letter to the state insurance commissioner. 18 state senators signed on, requesting that the commissioner immediately raise the maximum amount of coverage allowed under the state's safety net insurance plan from $8 million to $20 million for condo properties. In a statement to CBS 8, Senate President Pro Tem Tony Atkins wrote, "My Senate colleagues and I are urging Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Lara to use his existing authority to increase coverage limits under the California FAIR Plan as an interim fix to help residents, while we also work on identifying longer-term solutions." For condo owners in San Diego, those long-term solutions can't come soon enough.
This can feed homelessness. I mean, there are people who are just making it, owning their condominium, and if you're going to hike the dues up that much, they can't handle that.
Now, we must be making some progress because just 10 minutes ago, I got a statement emailed to me from the California Insurance Commissioner, Ricardo Lara. He said, quote, "Expanding coverage options for HOAs and community associations, including a stronger FAIR plan, is a top priority for my new term." I'm going to post his entire statement at cbs8.com as soon as I get off the air.
Dave, these condominium complexes, they purchase insurance as a single entity, but you've reported that some of these HOAs are considering changing their bylaws in a way that would allow owners to pay for their own policies. Are we hearing any more on that?
Yes, the condo complex here in Tierra Santa is going to try and do that, but it requires a vote of all of the homeowners to approve those changes. And the man that I interviewed today in Mira Mesa says his HOA tried that and the ballot measure did not pass.
All right, getting more answers for us, our David Gottfredson, he's working for you. Thanks, David. And an update to a problem we've been working on for you. Downed light post we told you about in University City has finally been replaced after 4 years. It was knocked over in 2019 when a car crashed into it. Jeannie Hoey reported the problem to the city of San Diego, but nothing happened until now. After our report, the city came out for the repair, lighting up the area near Doyle Elementary.
Southwest Airlines faced lawmakers on Capitol Hill today after that huge meltdown that stranded thousands of flyers over the holidays. A top executive apologized for the fiasco, but the carrier was accused of ignoring warnings and valuing investors over passengers. Dita Demetrius has the latest.
Let me be clear. We messed up.
Southwest Airlines chief operating officer apologized for the December meltdown that stranded thousands of passengers in the wake of a winter storm.
At this point, the disruption changed from a weather event that all airlines experienced to a crew event that was unique to us.
But testifying before the Senate Commerce Committee, a leader of the pilots union accused Southwest of ignoring years of warnings.
For years, our pilots have been sounding the alarm about Southwest's inadequate crew scheduling technology and outdated operational processes.
Nearly 17,000 flights were canceled in an operational failure that went on for more than a week, while passengers were unable to rebook or reach customer service.
It took hours to reach a live person. if they ever reached a live person at all.
There was no amount of people we could have put in place to handle all the calls at that time because of the scale of the disruption.
Southwest says it's already making upgrades to its technology, but the root causes of its meltdown will take longer to fix.
When will it be completed?
We're undergoing the assessment right now. We are doing a top-to-bottom view of our winter operations, and they'll undoubtedly be in the millions and millions of dollars.
Paul Hudson leads a nonprofit that advocates for airline passengers and says while travelers suffer, investors are the winners.
Good service costs money, and bad service saves money. And that money can be used for dividends, stock buybacks, and executive compensation.
Southwest says it has processed refunds and returned lost bags, but admits some customers are still waiting to be compensated. Dina Demetrius, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Last month, lawmakers also called out the FAA for their system failure that grounded all flights. The agency will testify before the Commerce Committee next week.
Yeah, let's not see that kind of meltdown again.
No, I was one of those thousands of travelers. Let's get things up and running so that doesn't happen.
Still ahead, a lawsuit against the TSA after a woman suffered a brain injury in a fall at San Diego International Airport.
Plus, will states soon disenroll people they think aren't eligible for Medicaid? We verify.
It was a little toasty for today west of the mountains. We had Santa Ana winds that returned, upper 70s widespread, and even 82 degrees today in Escondido. How long will the heat stick around? All those details are coming up.
And up next, new developments after recently released reports of misconduct within the San Diego Police Department.